Hey guys, what's going on? Jet Fan here, coming back in a hood game for you. This game's got Cunningham as the commander. It's a full dispersion build. Hood I've tried with multiple different setups. I've tried with Madden, I've tried with Cunningham. If I had a little more range with Madden, I'd probably go with the Madden build. But unfortunately, not having the range definitely hurts Madden. I think it's like 15-9 or 16 even, which is it's just not enough. Um, so I think Hood plays best with Cunningham. Now, what do I like to do with Hood? Hood, if you're going with the full dispersion build, knocks his speed down from around 29-ish, 30 kilometers. I think I got this one at like 27 and change. So I like to play a center position, and I like to try to punish people who go broadside, especially cruisers. What's Hood good at? In my opinion, I think Hood is an absolute beast against just cruisers. The British AP definitely hurts cruisers immensely. Um, you're going to see that in this match a little bit, I think. It's my first time really watching through this. It's an older match. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks old. So you get a broadside Molotov, Russian line. Not well known for their sidearm. We'll just say 5K right there, and eventually there will be, I'm sure, a Citadel on the small top. And as I say that, we miss and only get one over. So I think that Hood, if you're gonna play it, I think AP is the way to go in it. You can fire HE if you have a really well angled target, but I like to aim against battleships a little bit higher than you would with a, say, a US or Japanese line, um, or even Russian, and you just kind of hit that middle upper superstructure, not upper superstructure, but that kind of belt line. And there's that Citadel on the Molotov 12K Ripper. So we're a couple minutes into the game, we got 2,300 damage so far, so pretty good early showing in the Hood. So as you see how this game's kind of playing out, right? And pretty balanced, I'd say. I'm just trying to say, like I said, get center position. If you look in this Cunningham build, I have the ability to touch any ship on the map. And there's the first sinking, first blood. We'll take that. Thank you. Um, so if you look where I'm at in this position, I have the ability to any target at any ship that is broadside. You have the ability to punish, and that's important. So look at this New Mexico, and where I aim on this New Mexico. It basically, I'm not trying to aim waterline, I'm trying to aim a little higher because these British shells, they don't do the most damage waterline wise. So you got to kind of hit that upper belt, and there you go. There's three standard pens, three shatters, and an over pen. So again, this Hood, I'm trying to basically get a good solid center position and kind of lock in and punish broadside targets. The Hood, what makes the Hood dangerous is the fact that it's relatively accurate and it actually does have higher speed. Weaknesses are the fact that the armor isn't the best, it can be punished. And if you are going with the Cunningham build, you're going to be able to put up good sustained damage numbers, but you're not going to have that dominant alpha strike that you would in, say, like a Iowa or maybe like a CNOP or something like that, where you're basically just going to have that large salvo that's going to rip the enemy apart. The shorter fuse AP shells against especially our well armored targets like a battleship, you're going to get that 6 to 10 to 12K salvo, but it's not going to be a Citadel. It's going to be saturation damage. It's going to be quality damage. If you want to see what happens to, say, like a Poltava when it comes around the corner here, let's see. Depending on if this thing gets beat up or not before, we'll see. But this is a good example of what I'm talking about. Russian battleships like a Poltava, maybe New Mexico's, etc. Ships that are very weak on the broadside, you can still Citadel. You're going to Citadel a lot of cruisers because, again, the shell characteristics of the British line. So, it makes it pretty dangerous.
and Poltava took out the New Mexico there. Or no, Poltava got a high caliber, and the New Mexico got sunk by a destroyer. So kind of look at the way this map's laying out here. Okay, we're doing a good job of basically pushing the enemy back toward their base and broadside target there. So let's see what a broadside looks like. Yeah, so there you go. Again, where's the Citadel? Not the Citadel, but I got 3 penetrations. I got about 13k worth of damage there. 13, 14k worth of damage on a Poltava. That's a solid salvo. That's a solid hitting salvo. You know, and that's kind of the characteristics of the British line, especially the hood. I really like this ship. I'm a big fan of it. That should do it for the Poltava, you would think, and it does. Okay, Poltava goes down. Um, so the hood, I think the Cunningham build. I've tried both. Like I said, mentioned earlier, I think Cunningham is the way to go, commander-wise, on this ship, and that's kind of the direction I'm going to take the hood. I think in the future is more of the Cunningham build. I'm going to put out videos, like I said, on rating all the commanders. Broadside New Mexico here. Roll the dice. I think I whiffed. Yeah. So, as I was just talking about the great accuracy, what happens? Well, you know, RNG taketh and giveth. So I'm gonna sit here and wait again. What do I think? And I'm gonna put another salvo into him. I believe that's what I'm waiting for. I kind of wait for him to get by the mountain here. There it is. Okay. Let's see if we can make up for that first bad salvo to New Mexico. So again, you know, you kind of see the characteristics here. All right, capacitation about 4K. So I like playing the center position in the hood um, because I think that when you have the range build on it, does a very good job. It's pretty accurate. Does a very good job of kind of flexing its muscles, like most battleships, over the entirety of the map, and can really impede people from moving and getting the positions where they want to get to. This guy right here, you know, he's 6K. Okay, solid. From 16 kilometers, it's pretty decent. You know, tier 6. It's not legendary tier. It's not tier 7. It's tier 6. You know, I mean, I don't have a problem with that damage output. Once you get kind of that sweet spot, though, in the hood, once you get to the 10 to 14, 10 to 13 kilometer range, that's really where the hood shines. You know, that's where you're getting the 15, 16k salvos, and you're really dealing damage and you're really doing effective damage to people. So that's where I think the hood really shines, and that's why I kicked around the Madden build with 15.9 max. Shots out there. But again, you see our team's doing a good job. We're not contesting the cap. We're forcing their 2 battleships and 2 cruisers to go back to the cap. We're up to 85k damage, 2 sinkings. So, I mean, you know, I think this is a decent showing of the hood so far here. You know, again, I like playing the center position in the hood. I'm going to keep emphasizing that because I think it's a talking point that I think a lot of battleships immediately hear. A lot of CCs and legends, and the one that I think that really makes sense is when a guy like T-Bull talks about battleship being like a rook. You know, you hold down those lines. So I think that by playing center position with the hood, you really do a good job of limiting flanking opportunities by other enemy ships. Aoba comes sailing broadside. Okay, now this is a situation where typically hood licks its lips. This is an ideal situation for the hood. Okay, cruisers like this, especially almost flat broadside cruisers, usually you punish them pretty well. Of course, that time, as I talk about that, we only get 3 overpens. So let's see what we can do here. Trying to maybe squeeze this last shot off. It doesn't look like. Looks like I'm kind of giving up on that. 5 seconds till the reload's done, and it looks like I'm going to take a pop here at the New Mexico. So again, flat U.S. broadside ship. Sometimes considered a lot of times you get heavy damage like that. Okay, and like I was saying, looks like it's about 5, 6k, something like that right there. Again, the British battleship line is not a dev strike line for battleships when you're fighting battleships. It does a good job. Again, we're going to put another salvo here into the New Mexico. Looks like we're trying to take that out. Let's see what we we got here? Come on, RNG. Okay, that's a good one. That's like a 10 or 11K salvo right there. So that's a good salvo, and that's what I'm talking about. And then again, always open the door, close the door, right? You wanna open the back end up so you can get your shot off, and then you wanna close it. I'm diving in hard here because of course I kept sailing in a straight line like a potato, and I think that's the Trento. Put some torps in the water. No, it can't be the Trento. It must have been the Aoba. And there it goes. Okay, good salvo out. Sinking into New Mexico. So now here we are. We're sailing aggressively around the corner. We got 1, 2, both enemy cruisers, Trento and Aoba, and we also got a full health Baron here. So first things first, in this situation, I'm saying to myself, all right, angle toward the battleship. Battleship's my biggest threat. Battleships who can immediately sink me. Look for a broadside target. Let's first take a pop here at the Trento. See what we can do. Alright, 2 overpens. Not an ideal situation. I was hoping to depth strike the Trento right there, get him off the board. And again, another whiff. So now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, alright, 13 seconds to make a decision, make a move. Baron, Aoba, Trento. Which one do I want? And thinking to myself, at this point I'm saying, alright, let's go basically down the line here. Let's try to knock off the Aoba, get rid of the Aoba. Okay, that'll give us another ship advantage lead. Boom, achieved. I didn't think that was actually going to sink it in those front 2 guns. So of course, like a fool, I popped back 2 as the Aoba gets sunk. But that right there, that kind of shows what I'm talking about when I say that this ship is absolutely lethal for cruisers. So again, now I'm saying, all right, let's get guns off the board. We need to get rid of the Trento. And of course, just enough health for him to get another salvo or 2 off, and I'm sure with my luck he'll probably start a fire, because that's just the way my luck is. So, and then it comes down to basically I have to somehow try to figure out how to duel this Baron. So the Trento, we got 1 more salvo, should be enough to take it out, hopefully. And that's out. Trento should be down. It is. Here's the Kraken, 141k, so pretty good game. Now here I'm thinking in my head, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Do I want to try to fight this, or I want to try to, or do I want to go for the ram? Because if I go for the ram, I guarantee our team to win, right? Well, we have the points, everything like that. So I'm thinking here, maybe I'll go for the ram, and you're going to watch me totally miss this ram attempt. I mean, totally whiff it. And I thought right there would be contact, and it wasn't, so of course now I'm in a horrible position and I look like a total fool. So at this point I'm saying, okay, let's try to swing the back end out around, try to get some guns on target. He's thinking the same thing. At this point I'm basically saying I might have just thrown this game. We might actually lose because the destroyer and the cruiser, if things don't go well, I'm right there, they go to England, by the Hood. Hood's a very good kiting ship too. Do not be afraid to use. It's 30 knots, even with the Cunningham build on it. You still get 30 knots. I mean, you're seeing, look at this, chunking the Baron, right? That's what these British AP shells do. I don't aim waterline against heavily armored ships like Baron, right? Aim a little bit above that, kind of where the armor plating meets. So if you go to the armor view and you kind of look, see right there, boom, that little, almost where that walk line is, and just absolutely rip on. Right, and of course there was some torps in there too, but you kind of see what I'm saying with the Hood. Okay, 165,000 damage, 6 sinkings. I hope you guys liked the look at the Hood here. If you did, go ahead and toss a like on the video. If you like the channel, please subscribe. There's going to be more warships coming.